soon as he reached the club, which he could not delay any longer. He was dashed cold. Stuffing his soiled handkerchief into a pocket, he started walking. Stepping into the warm brightness of White's was like entering a different world. The rich wood panelling and golden candlelight of the gentleman's retreat replaced the icy fog. There was a buzz of conversation and a clink of glasses from both sides of the entryway. Savoury smells rode the air, promising a first-rate meal. That was something to look forward to, Daniel thought, whatever else this occasion might bring. Surrendering his wet coat, hat, and gloves to a servitor, and ignoring the fellow's raised brows at the state of them, Daniel followed a waiter to a private corner of the dining-room, where he found Arthur Shelton, Earl of Macklin, awaiting him. Though the man was at least 20 years Daniel's senior, he hardly looked it. His dark hair showed no grey. His figure, inches taller than Daniel's medium height, remained muscular and upright. Daniel knew that his own snub-nosed face, dun-brown hair, and dark eyes might be judged commonplace, beside his host's square-jawed, broad-browed visage, but a gallery full of family portraits back home assured Daniel that he more closely resembled the hardened warriors who'd followed William the Conqueror across the Channel. He offered his host a polite bow. Lord Macklin's face showed few lines, and those seemed scored by good humour. "I'm delighted to welcome the first of my guests," the older man said. Daniel was glad to learn that there was to be a party. He wished he wasn't the first to arrive. Did he dare ask what the deuce was going on? "And here are another two approaching, I believe." Wasn't Macklin certain? Didn't he know them either? Daniel turned to see who it might be. The newcomers appeared closer to his own age than his host's near half-century. "Daniel Frith, Viscount Whitfield, may I present Roger Berwick, Marquis of Chatton," said the Earl, nodding to the first man. Chatton was thin, with reddish hair and choleric blue eyes. His greeting was clipped, and he looked even more puzzled than Daniel as to why he was here. "And Peter Rathbone, Duke of Compton," said their host. He didn't look much more than 20, Daniel thought, and seemed a chancy sprig. Compton had black hair, hazel eyes, and long fingers that tapped uneasily on his flanks. "And here is the last of us," said the Earl, after further mystified greetings had been exchanged. "Gentlemen, this is my nephew, Benjamin Romilly, Earl of Furness, the last of our group." The new arrival resembled his uncle in colouring and frame. Anyone, seeing them, would have known them for relations. This Earl looked glum rather than hospitable, however. Indeed, Daniel had rarely seen a glummer face. Furness looked as if he'd eaten something sour, and was on the lookout for a place to spit it out. "And now that the proprieties are satisfied, I hope we can be much less formal," their host added. They stood gazing at each other. An ill-assorted group, Daniel thought. Chatton, with his red hair, looked like a dyspeptic fox. Compton, a greyhound having an attack of nerves. Furness and his uncle were rather leonine, the skulking prowler and the benevolent king of the beasts. How did they see him? Daniel rather fancied himself as a badger, stocky and elusive and deceptively fierce. The idea amused him enough to divert his thoughts from his wet coat-sleeve. Had it begun to steam a bit in the warmth of the club? Probably his imagination. "Sit down," said their host, gesturing at the waiting table. As they obeyed, he signalled for wine to be poured. "They have a fine roast beef this evening, as when do they not at White's? We'll begin with soup, though, on a raw night like this." The waiter returned his nod and went off to fetch it. The hot broth was savoury and warming. Daniel enjoyed it. The wine could be nothing but good at White's, but Daniel was hard-pressed to make conversation when all he wanted to know was why.